back! I'm back! I'm back! Welcome back to Quarantine with Molly. I made banana bread. There's chocolate chips. So what day are we on right now? It's been a minute. I hope you guys have been enjoying the videos so far. I've loved making them for you. It's definitely given me a creative outlet. Today, I wanted to bring to you a highly requested video, which is how I do my eyebrows and how you too can have flawless eyebrows. Keeping in mind that not everybody has the same makeup that I have at home, I'm showing you three different ways that you can be doing your eyebrows, and hopefully you might have one of these things. So not only am I going to show you my regular technique, I'm also going to show you how to do it with a powder and a pencil. Regardless of which technique that you plan on using, I do use concealer for any of these. I also recommend having some type of spoolie, so just keep that in mind. You don't have to have it, but it makes a big difference. Let's also keep in mind, you guys, that you don't have to be perfect at this. Remember, eyebrows are sisters, not twins. Grab your concealer, grab whatever brow tool that you use, and let's get started. To start off, I'm gonna show you how I do my brows on a regular basis, and these are the products that I'm actually using right now. So right now I'm using the Glossier Brow Flick and the Glossier Boy Brow, which is just a tinted brow gel. All right, so to start off, we're going to brush our brow hairs up. This is important. It allows your brow hairs to go into the shape that you're already gonna want. You don't want them just drooping all over the place, because there is a difference between this and this. So this is like a pen, essentially. So you can draw on the skin with it, and you see it just makes these nice fine marks. I like this because it's soft and it's very waterproof. I find that my brows last all day with this, and the point is fine enough that I can draw really fine little strokes if I want to. Shake it up, and in we go. I personally start by drawing a soft line right on the underside of my brow, and you can see how soft this is. And then I'm gonna take my brow flick, and I'm just going to start going up from that line. Gotta shake it sometimes. Placing that color in all of the sparse areas. I'm also gonna go on top, and I'm just gonna follow those natural hairs and draw on in the direction that the hairs are already going. Personally, I add a couple more hairs to the inside of my brows because it makes your nose look smaller. I'm gonna show you how I do that. I just pull up from that angle. So I'm following that same bottom line that I drew before, and I'm just flicking up. Next up, I take a concealer, preferably one that matches your skin a little bit. It's a similar tone, and I'm gonna take a concealer brush just like this. So I'm gonna take that on my brush, get some product on there, and then we're going to outline our eyebrow. This is going to give it a really clean, freshly tweezed effect. So I'm going right up there, and I'm tracing the bottom of my eyebrow, and then pull down just a little bit and use your finger to just kind of tap that concealer into place. I'm gonna do the same thing on top. This is a great thing to do if you're a little bit messy with your brows, because it will instantly clean up any mistakes. I also tap my finger right over that inside to kind of soften it a little bit, because we don't want it to be too harsh. Then I take a little bit of my brow gel and I just brush those into place. This is gonna help set them. And this is a tinted brow gel, so it does add a little bit of color as well. I really like using tinted brow gels, especially if you have any gray hairs in your eyebrows, or if you have blonde hair. It can really make your eyebrows stick out a little bit more. And that is a finished brow. This is a before, and this is an after. One thing I also want to mention about when you're going over to your other eyebrow is, remember, they're sisters, not twins, but we still want them to be as symmetrical as possible. When I'm doing my other eyebrow, I take whatever tool I'm using, and I'm just going and I'm almost drawing an invisible line right over and then placing it down so that I'm matching up where each of the bottoms are. It gives it the illusion of being more symmetrical than it is, which is what we want. So see, I'm gonna start drawing that line on this eyebrow, but you can see this eyebrow is higher on my face than this eyebrow is, because whereas over here I lined up right where my hair started, you can see that it is below the hairs a little bit on this side. That's okay though, once we fill it in, nobody's gonna be able to tell the difference. So same thing, I'm drawing them in a little bit. And now is the time that I usually look straight ahead into a mirror to see, am I symmetrical? Is this one going in too far? Is one going in too far? So that I can just play with it a little bit. And you'll notice like this isn't that clean. That's why I do the concealer, because the concealer is going to make it look clean. So you don't have to be perfect at filling them in. You just need to like cheat and use concealer. So I'm gonna take that concealer, I'm gonna find the underside of my brow and the one that I've already done, and I'm gonna bring it over and we're just gonna clean it up so that it matches. Sometimes I'll even draw the concealer straight across as a guide. Finish off with a little brow gel, and boom, you're done. I do want to mention as a side note as well, this is a really great time to tweeze your eyebrows. If this is all you're going to do to your face, you already know exactly how you want your eyebrows to look. So any hairs that fall outside of that, bring these guys in. That's a really great tip to keep you from over plucking your eyebrows. If you're using a concealer that matches your face, you could just leave it at this, maybe throw in some mascara, and you're done. You don't need to do foundation to be able to fill in your eyebrows. But if you want to, go ahead and do the rest of your makeup at this point. Time for the powder method. There's obviously a lot of little kits like this that when you open them up, they come with these applicators that we've mixed feelings about. Something like this, which is a sponge, it's great for filling in the back of your brow, but it's not really gonna do anything to shape it. You might notice that there's 2 different colors in this palette. You don't have to use both of these colors, but essentially it's showing you how you can do like an ombre brow, a little bit softer in the front and more definition in the back. If you don't have a specific like eyebrow kit, then you can use something like an eyeshadow. I prefer a cooler tone, so something like these shades are really good and something that I might use. It doesn't have to be specific for brows, right? Like that's just marketing so that you buy more stuff. I'm gonna be using a natural hair angled brush. That's gonna pick up these shadows best. Going in with the lighter color, getting some on my brush, and here we go. So again, remember, I'm gonna start on the bottom, try to get as straight of a line as possible, as in I'm following my natural hairs as much as possible. I don't think I'm gonna use both colors, I think I'm just gonna use one. And then I'm gonna kind of flick my brush upwards just to fill in any gaps, just nice and soft. Get some right on the top. And notice I haven't yet picked up any more product on my brush. All right, I finally picked up a little more product just for the front right here. You don't have to go past your natural hairline right here. If you want to, you can a little bit, but when you're using powder, it's just not gonna stick to the skin as well. So this is really a better technique if you're gonna stay within the hairs you already have on your face. You're not drawing new ones. Brush them up. Okay, you guys, at this point, I would follow with concealer, and that's how I would do a powder brow. Here's the difference. Cute. And lastly, I'm gonna show you how to use a pencil to fill in your brows. It is a really fine tip that is gonna help mimic your natural brow hairs if you want to draw some on. So now we're gonna go in and I'm gonna do the same thing. So I'm going to follow the bottom of my eyebrow. I'm kind of creating a line that's following the natural hairs. Now what I'm gonna do is pull up. I'm gonna go in where needed but I'm pulling up from the bottom so that you can't see that line that I drew on anymore. Go a little bit on the top. Same thing over here. And then the nice thing about a pencil is that you can draw in little hairs. So if you feel like your brows are a little bit sparse, a pencil might be a better option for you. And I personally like to bring my brows inwards just a little bit, like you saw with my natural brows that I did. I'm just gonna go in, and I'm going from that bottom line that we drew. Sometimes I'll even just continue that line in a little bit so I have a point to start off from. Remember, this is just makeup, so you can go in and fix anything that you screw up. So it's okay if you need to draw the line so you can color inside of them. I'm just gonna pull up softly in the direction that those hairs might naturally go. So that is the pencil technique. So you can see the before and after. Definitely packs a little bit more of a punch than the powder does. The powder is a little bit softer, but this allows you to have that precision and control over creating new hairs if you have sparser brows. And again, I would follow this with that same concealer technique. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Hopefully you have one of these things at home or something similar. I'm probably gonna go eat all of my banana bread now. So as always, stay healthy, stay safe, stay positive, and stay inside. Love you guys. Bye.